And we are live. I see a cattail.
You do. I put her on the other side of my desk on her cat condo and she walked right back over.
Hi, I'm Larry.
Well, I would assume that's because it's cold. Azar and I dig the costume.
Nice.
Love it.
Oh. So how are you guys?
Good. Doing good.
Cat.
Yeah, decently well. Been spending
You
a
want
lot
truth
of
or a lie?
lot of time building maps for the Knoll game in the last couple days.
Because we wander all over Hell's Half Acre.
Yeah, I mean, there's no like go here and do this in that game, so I have to try and prepare for everything that's around you in the immediate area.
Where you just put together a table of every dragon available and just roll off of it every time.
Oh, there be dragons.
Yeah, but this game I've had some time to come up with ideas. Why is my camera on autofocus?
I like that.
I don't. No matter how many times I turn it off, Logitech still decides that it has to be on.
I just want to what? God damn, I can't talk. Oh. Let's back up a sec.
You want to try that in English?
Yes. I just noticed that both Fox and Azrin's last name characters are Hyde.
Yeah.
Not planned.
Not planned.
Just kind of worked out that way.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, that was definitely something, I have to say. When I saw that both of you had Hyde in your name and it wasn't planned.
They are connected to each other.
Okay. I think that should be good.
I hope so. So this has been something that has been in the works for a little bit. As Zorro and Shadow Fox are off doing the baby thing, we are doing a little mini adventure here that we are calling Into the Wildlands, that is taking place on a certain part of the Tuesday this is a part of the Tuesday world where the group was headed to, and then, well, bells happened and the boat got teleported into the side of a mountain. But
Shit happens.
So they missed what should be a interesting little mini adventure here for those involved. We've got a group of 4, which is a bit smaller than what we're used to here. We normally have groups of like 6 to 8, depending on who all is involved in what campaign we're running. So when designing this these encounters and whatnot, I had to remember not to put you into god tier fights, because there are 4 of you, and I don't think any one of you is a healer.
Nope.
No.
Wait. I have the most useful ability in all of D&D. Second Wind.
I mean, that is a pretty legit that is a pretty legit ability, but it doesn't really heal those around you.
I shall need something resembling a medicine pack, and I can use a skill for that.
I mean, I guess I can make something like that for you. Or I could just make you guys, anguish in the fact that you don't have a healer.
Can we get like palicos that help us heal?
I demand a palico with a war horn, thank you.
Yes.
I mean, if you're going to get a palico, they better have a war horn.
Yes.
So, yeah, so as a little bit of a backstory here, or a little bit of lore, the Wildlands is a part of the world that has seemingly gone under some sort of environmental and biological mutation, where creatures that you would normally come across in the rest of the area, worms, dragons, wyverns, that's what I was going to call them, manticore, have are normally a bit larger and a bit bulkier than they are, say, in other parts of the world. This makes hunting them a prime opportunity to make a name for oneself, on top of a large amount of gold, as the peoples of Finals Rest and Ends Meet pay premium dollar for the goods that these hunters bring back. The Wildlands itself are almost divided into different sections due to some sort of elemental cataclysm, to where you'll have a grassland that will instantly turn into a tundra, or into a mountain region, or a thick jungle. Instead of just having these large expanses of land, they're like patch-like areas, and due to this, a wide variety of monsters can be found. Our heroes
Ignore that.
ignore what?
No, I was adding a
Oh.
spell to my thing, and
You don't have to worry about that. I disabled the beep so nobody hears it.
We heard
there
it.
you go.
Well, you may have heard it, but I disabled it on my end, so I won't hear it.
Fine.
Because that's like the most distracting thing ever, is you hear that beep and instantly you look over to the screen and you're distracted and you lose your train of thought.
In some cases, it's accidental smacking of an ability.
Yeah. Or, telling us what languages you read.
Indeed.
But before we get into the shenanigans here for the start of a little mini adventure, let's go around the table and have everybody introduce their characters. We got a interesting group of characters with us this time around. Not too many default human settings or anything of the sort. So, Fox, why don't you start us off?
If I can find the unmute button.
I mean, that is the first struggle.
Usually. So I am going to be playing a hill dwarf, which is a race that I have never played before. Should be interesting. His name is Therian Orhide. He is a very, very old man, 282, quite old for a dwarf. He is a fighter, cavalier. So he's a mounted combatant, and he travels around with his companion warg named Reaver, who is also very old for a warg. It is two curmudgeonly old men, traveling around, bantering with each other, and hopefully it ends up being quite hilarious. Cavalier is also a class that I've never played before, so that should be fun and interesting. And really, that's all there is to him. He doesn't have super high intelligence, doesn't have super high wisdom, is a little bit forgetful. So all the stories that he tells, maybe they don't match up every time he tells them.
Okay. Raven, what about your character?
I am playing Christiana, who, yet again, another race that I have never played. I am playing a centaur, and going completely off the wall, I am a hybrid cavalier hexblade. And like every good centaur, she left home at a very young age, and is intending to make some semblance of a name for herself.
Groudon, what about your character?
I'm Groudon. Oh, sorry. My character, her name is Farron. She is a samurai tiefling. She was exiled from her land because she did something that she wasn't supposed to. Instead of killing herself, act of seppuku, she decided to flee. So she has decided to do mercenary work and trying to find means of surviving.
And
That's all I got.
Azrin.
Greetings, small friends. I am Dorngal Ironhide. I come from the great frigid north. I am druid. I'm also barbarian. Monsters are dangerous to the peoples. I kind of like the peoples, so I go out and I smash the monsters.
Kind of sounds like Arnold.
Sorry,
like it.
love it.
I love
That's
it.
Great.
Yes, yes, Raven, an active Sudoku. So, as we pick up today, all of you are making your way back into Ends Meet after a very long and painstaking hunt, as things kind of got out of hand this time around. You took a bit more damage than you thought you were going to. Some of you busted your armor. Other people in your weapon broke their weapons. But in the end, you ended up catching a strange-looking three-horned lizard that seemed to have the ability to generate electrical currents on its own and use them sort of as a breath weapon. You brought this creature back sedated and alive as per your contract, as it is going to be used in the Bound Arena, which is a gambler's hall, to say the least, in Ends Meet, where druids will special kinds of druids will merge in a mental state with these creatures and then control them in large gladiatorial tournaments against other druids and their monsters. The teams raking in large amounts of money and fame in the process, though, as it is to be expected, monsters sometimes take too much damage and need to be put down, and a team needs a new one. So they seek hunters and anybody foolish enough to step out into the Wildlands to capture them a new trophy beast. You have just made your deliveries. You just made the delivery to the arena den, and you were each given a grand total of 10,000 gold apiece. Weary and sore, battered and bruised, you now have some free time in the town itself, as there are no current bounties posted or nobody by word of mouth who is looking for anybody to put their lives on the line. The town of Ends Meet itself is a bit ramshackle, to say the least. Nothing looks uniform. All the buildings seem to be made out of driftwood, scrap metal. Pretty much anything that somebody can find to build a domicile, they've used it. You've got some that are built out of wood, others that are built out of metal, some who are even built out of the bones of large creatures that have been brought back dead from the hunts. Although it looks a bit rough, the community of Innsmeet is a bit tight-knit. As long as you pull your own weight and you contribute to the well-being of the whole of the community, you're in good standing, and you have free reign of wherever you want to go. Anybody caught breaking the taboos of the town, though, are instantly exiled into the Wildlands to either survive or be consumed by the terrors that await them out there. The four of you have been traveling together as sort of your own hunting pack for about 6 months now. All of you have come to Innsmeet for one reason or another, but you found that the other 3 companions that travel with you don't get on your nerves too much. They pull their own weight, and you've seemingly done well for yourselves since you've formed your team. So as you begin to wander the streets of Innsmeet, I have to ask, what are you planning to do?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say the three-headed lizard that we found. So we've never seen it before, correct?
You haven't seen it before, but you heard one of the handlers of the druid team that you dropped it off to call it a 3-horn.
I'm going to tell me, my friend, is this thing worth lots of money?
Was to us be a prime fighter for the arenas tonight.
Do we have like a mental map of where we found this thing?
Yes, you found it in the lower parts of the jungles inside the Wildlands. It preferred it preferred the like the humid climate of the jungle and the shade and the protection of the canopy.
Next time we in jungle, we should get more of these things to say. Yes, friends.
It was difficult enough to bring this one back. Do we want more?
No, I mean, difficult challenge means more money in our pockets. Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not saying we go there right now and get them. I'm just saying if we find ourselves back in that particular spot, we look for them.
The gentleman that you had done business with kind of overhears you. He's like, "Oh, I wouldn't try doing too much of that. I mean, you're brave and all, but just look at the damage that it did to you and the rest of your little hunting party. Seems to me that may have caught you off guard a bit."
Now we know what to expect when we catch them. And prepare better. And now we have all this money from catching it, we get better gear. And we have better chance of getting them without much, breaking of the stuff.
As long as they don't come in a larger breed than that one over there.
Oh, this one. I mean, if I were to guess, it's a bit of a baby here. Probably only a half grown, I'd say.
Good.
Good to know. He goes back to counting his money.
What
So,
of
do you-
what of the rest of you?
Do we have like set number of jobs lined up, or is this a go out, do a job, come back, try and find a new job type of thing?
It can be both, to be honest. Normally what happens is there will be job postings like on a one on a hunt board, or somebody you know will approach you and let you know what's going on. Normally there are handlers that wander about the cities and whatnot, or wander about the streets and whatnot, and if they know you, they'll approach you for a job.
Gotcha. So I guess I will turn to the rest of the group. Well, what say we go repair our equipment, get a drink and relax? I'll take that as a yes. And I'm just gonna start walking down the road looking for any shops that we pass by to pick up new stuff or replace broken stuff. Or if we find a tavern first, that's where I'm going in.
Okay.
Now, I'm assuming our gear was basically trashed.
It's a bit dinged up.
Okay.
It's definitely seen better days, and you kind of get a feeling from that before you step back into it. If anything, you're gonna wanna get it repaired. The four of you didn't take too much of the brunt from the fight as the others did. You were more on the surprise unit, where you were ambushing it from behind, along with a couple of the other hunters who were equipped with sleep poison on some of their arrows.
If at all possible, before we go out again, we should stock up maybe on some healing supplies so we don't end up in this kind of condition again.
Well,
Agreed.
next time, I'll do more of the curing thing instead of more bashing things with my axe.
All right, so as you're going through, you do there is one place that the four of you tend to frequent in regards to getting your gear repaired or anything made for you specifically, and that's a well-known blacksmith that is known as the Hunter's Fervor. It's fairly close to the Druid Arena, and it stands out more than the others as the forge itself is nestled within the jaws of a dragon's skull. Something that the blacksmith loves to talk about and brag that his grandfather was the one who slew the dragon and made the home base for his family's wealth in ends meets.
Spotting that place, I will go straight for it. Going inside, hoping to get repaired or re-equipped.
All right. And when you walk in through the jaws and everything, it's the typical sight. The master blacksmith there, Thurgood Goldor, is behind or is at his hammer, or not as at his hammer, but his anvil, hammering away on another piece of metal that he is slowly shaping into what looks to be another spearhead. A couple of his younger dwarven apprentices hustling around the shop, working on their own projects to fill back orders that have been placed by the various hunters that frequent his establishment.
As I walk in, I'll just call out loudly enough for probably everyone inside and out to hear. Good evening, Gold Ore. I've got some work for you to do, if you're available.
Oh, is that Therian?
Oh, of course it is, of course. Of course.
Farron, Thorngol, Christ. See y'all back in one piece. That the three horn give you any trouble? I heard
Oh, it
heard
was
couple
was
of you,
no problem.
a couple of them broke their weapons on the hides.
Oh yes, yes. It's
Try-
quite a beast, that one. We fought it for 3 days without sleep. No sleep whatsoever, but we conquered it. We
And
did.
Reaver, everyone just hears Reaver sigh. It was an hour and 15 minutes.
3 days it was. Yes, he doesn't know what he's talking about. You know, the old age is getting to him.
How you are still alive is beyond me with that grasp of time.
Well, that's what I've got you for, old friend. Yes, yes.
Yes, because you know wargs. Marvelous timepieces.
Well, clearly not. You thought it was but an hour when it was 4 days we fought it without rest.
I thought it was 3.
Yes, that is what I said. 3 days.
I'm gonna wait outside.
Yes, you go ahead and you do that. Make sure the others come inside and bring their equipment to fix or replace. And yes, we have a job for you, Master Goldor, if you're available. I don't know if I mentioned that. We just came back from a job, you know, and our equipment needs repairs.
Fucking dad. So good. I love it.
My forge is always at you and your friend's service.
Wonderful, wonderful. Good. Do see what you can do with this, then. And pull out a damaged great axe, I guess, and just kind of drop it down on the counter in front of him.
Not bad. Looks like it's got a couple chips in it. All in all, it's salvageable.
Yes, well, that axe, you know, it's been in my family for generations. I would like to keep it in one piece if possible, but it does need a bit of a sharpening.
Yes, sharpening and maybe a honing just in case you come across one of those tri-horns again.
Yes, yes, of course.
I'd rather we don't.
I mean,
But-
that would be the smart thing, but if you do, may I suggest getting a bit of silver added into the blade. For some reason, they're weak to silver.
Good to know.
I tried telling the Huntmaster that before you left, but he kind of shook me off as if he knew what he was doing.
Isn't that his job, to always know what he's doing?
I would hope so, but apparently not, seeing as how he just called me a daft fool for that advice I gave him. And now my apprentices are working on a lot of broken weapons.
Well, look at it this way. It was extra work for you.
Yes, extra work, but unneeded. While I do welcome the business, it always does make me sad to see a fine weapon broken due to the stubbornness of one man.
Yeah. Since our stuff our things need repairing, I don't suppose we could just leave it all here. Well, we rest and see if we can find a new job.
Oh, of course, of course. As I said, my services are always open to you. You've been good to me since you've been here. I see no reason why I can't allow you to leave your items here for resharpening and
You
working out
said
some dents.
silvering.
Yes. I can work some silver into the blades of your weapons if you so prefer.
Mine definitely. It would anything extra would help.
Yes, any advantage we can have is well, it's an advantage, isn't it? Yes.
Well said.
Any advantage is an advantage.
Advantage.
And I'm gonna start taking off my armor and stuff as well.
Like Dorngal will give you like a big bear pat on the back and the shoulder.
I'll leave my pike and half plate on the counter. You wouldn't happen to know if they've come back with more medical supplies?
Now that you mention it, Jimmy was saying that he just got a new shipment of herbs, and you might want to check with him at his little apothecary.
Definitely something we should do before we go out again.
Yes, he was a bit happy, saying that he had been waiting on the shipment for months. Something about finally being able to craft ceramic explosives.
Explosives, you say?
Why does that not sound terribly safe? And like ringing a dinner bell out there.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I haven't handled explosives before. But he says that it would be a good idea, a good thing to even the odds on heavily plated creatures or clearing any sort of debris that may be blocking a road.
I think it would be in our interest to see if we could acquire some of these explosives. Sounds useful.
True, it does. Just something we might want to be careful with.
They're easy to use. This technology thing that you have here, I don't like it too much.
You'd have to talk to Jimmy about that one. I'm not too well versed in plants and powders. I'm more of a hammer and anvil man.
Oh, let's find this Jimmy, my friend.
Yes, I think that should be our next stop. Before we go, I can poke my head out of the shop. Reaver! Would you like some barding from the goodly smith here? Or are you fine with what you have?
Kind of looks over himself. I'm fine, unlike you bipeds. I wasn't hit.
Yes, well, that is because you have me to protect you. Good friend, it is what I do.
Like, you noticed that there was like a bit of a pause there, like he wanted to say something, but just gave up. He just gave up because he knew it wouldn't end.
I'm going to poke my head back into the smith shop, dump my armor and weapons off with them, boots and gloves and all. So now I'm just walking around barefoot in common clothes.
Okay.
Well, I'm all set here if the rest of you are ready to seek out these explosives.
Yeah, we know where the shop is, I assume.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have a grasp of the outlying of a majority of the town that you tend to frequent.
Okay.
But Jimmy's apothecary is a bit on the opposite side of the town from Thurgood's smithy. It's near the exit gate into the Wildlands, as Jimmy finds it to be a lot more business, as hunters tend to forget about their healing needs until they're just about to set foot outside.
Don't say.
But you do find you do travel down there, and you do find this small wooden building with a sign that says the Bimington Apothecary.
That is his Bimmies.
I swear to
Bimington
God.
Apothecary. Thank God it's his relative.
Same world. Who
Same
knows?
world.
Before everyone else sets out, Baron, she's going to do her, bow towards the smithy and ask for a whetstone.
Whetstone. You hear him like rummaging with something underneath underneath his counter. He just picks one up and he throws it over to you.
She's going to catch it, and she will gladly give him her armor, but she will do her own sword. She doesn't want anyone touching her sword,
Okay.
and she will put on her kimono.
Alrighty. So now standing outside of the doors of the Bimington Apothecary, couple hunter groups kind of giving you strange looks as you're not wearing your gear. Some of you are in just basic everyday clothing as they're going off past the gate into the Wildlands to spend a couple days on their own hunts.
Gondar, Thorngar will say a prayer for any of the outgoing parties.
Okay.
Baron's just going to stare at every asshole that looks at her with like eyes of daggers.
Just challenging everyone that goes by.
What?
just
You've never
more like,
broken your gear?
More like you're looking at me, like kind of like you looking at me. Don't fuck with me.
They're a bit more confused to say anything, as most people who are near the gate aren't really in street clothing or in common clothes. They're normally geared
Well,
up
it's
and
a
ready
good
to
thing
go.
they'll be dead.
Look at us being preemptive and getting looked at funny for it.
Right.
Well, I think I'm just gonna barge right into the apothecary and have a look around the shop.
All right, Reaver kind of takes a seat out, like just sits down outside of the door. As he's never really enjoyed the smell of the apothecary from the inside.
That's probably fair.
He says that it confuses his senses.
I mean, sounds about right.
As
It's like walking into a Michael's and you get hit with that like potpourri smell and you
Yeah.
just get an instant headache.
Or you're at the mall and you walk past the Sephora and it's just,
Yep.
you now feel you're gonna die because you inhaled too much chemical. So as you burst the door down, you could see the small gnomish man sitting at a workstation, goggles over his eyes, dressed in like a very well-tailored suit, something that doesn't really fit here in the in Endsmeet, where a lot of the clothing and armor come from the creatures on the outside. But Jimmy has always struck you as an odd sort and almost a bit of an eccentric. And as he's working on this small like orange clay pot that he begins to pour in some black powder, he kind of gives a jump as you kick it in. He looks over and he just waves with one hand. He just continues working on the clay explosive.
As I walk in, I will call out to him as I make my way right over to him. Good evening there, Jimmy, or good morning, perhaps. I don't know when you rise in the day. It could be your morning or it could be your
afternoon. I am not quite sure, and I do not wish to be rude, but good day to you there, sir. We heard news of your creations, and I'm quite interested in what you are doing.
He sighs and he puts his stuff down and takes off the goggles. Aaron, I told you it's James, not Jimmy.
Oh, yes, my apologies there.
Jimmy
Jim,
is a child's name.
Oh, yes, I would not want to offend. I did not interrupt your business or anything, did I?
Oh, no, I was just finishing this small batch of clay explosives that I'm making. You said it was the morning or night? He kind of looks outside.
Not quite sure what it is.
Yes, I
in
have.
relation to you, actually.
Actually, I haven't slept in the past 36 hours.
Yes, I know that quite well. You see, we just came back from a hunt, which we spent a whole week tracking this 4-horned animal in the jungle and managed to bring it down. It was quite a battle, but we prevailed, as we always do, of course.
There were 3 horns.
Yes, that is what I said. 3 horns.
Yes, I saw your little victory march through the gates.
It's quite impressive.
Yes, impressive. I would take it that means you're free.
Yes, we are not currently on a job. If you are looking to hire someone, we will be prepared.
Actually, I am. I need something. Oh,
Well, you've come to the right people, of course, there, Jim. We would be happy to help. Yes, that is what I said, James.
Yes, well, I'm in the process of making something that needs, well, blood.
Blood, well, we often come across quite a lot of that.
Elemental blood.
Or a little bit less of that, but it is around.
Yes, I need it for reasons. About that many. And he points over to about like 5 large leather bladders. That much full of it. Gotta be one of them that bleed. You know, you can't get them from the rocks or the water or anything like that. So you're gonna have to find something that's a little more living, I guess.
You're implying
much?
rocks don't bleed.
Oh no, the earth elementals don't bleed, but one of their worm cousins does. Y'all ever fight what is it called? Sathik? You come across one of them before?
That's a good question. Have we?
Somebody can give me a history roll here.
Got the
Yeah.
best history.
I have a pretty good history.
Would a 13 work?
Anyone roll higher than a 13?
Negative.
Find out.
No.
Oh, I got a 17.
Great modifier, crappy roll.
Same.
All right, so Dorngal, you have encountered a Sathik before. You haven't really done battle with it. As when it set upon you in when you were out on a hunt before you joined the group, you were in no condition to fight it on your own. But it is a massive worm that has like almost earthen-like chunks as armor plating, and it can glide through the earth as if it were a fish in the water.
Yes, I've seen this nasty beast. Yes. Unnatural thing. Swims in the earth. Very disturbing.
Yes, well, I need the blood from that. Lucky for you, I know where one's at, or where one was last spotted.
Is that lucky?
Well, I mean, if you take the job, you're not going to have to be wandering around the,
True.
hell. You'll have a direct path in hell.
It sounds like a grand adventure. You know, I've been to hell once before in my life. It was about 150 years ago, yes. It was long before I met all of these good friends of mine out here. It was me and my sister, actually. We went down to the sixth layer, I believe it was. Oh, it was a grand adventure. We were there for a month and a half. Came back with, wouldn't you know it, nothing to show for it. Oh, it was a good adventure, though.
I look over at Reaver.
And you could just see, like, you could tell that he's listening, and he's got like a paw like over his snout, just like groaning to himself.
It wasn't hell, was it?
Not even close. It was a desert. And that month was a week. They came across some gnolls. There wasn't even a battle. It was more trading war stories and eating meats over a campfire.
Sounds about right.
So Jimmy is like standing there looking at you. So you do this?
Yes, well, of course. What are you offering for payment? I suppose is a question we should ask. It is our job, after all, to go out and be paid for these things, you know.
That is a good question. What do you prefer, goods or gold?
Little of both, maybe.
Little of both. Yeah, that works.
Maybe a couple of those bombs.
You know, I've never tested them yet. This could be a good field test. All right.
I'm sorry, you haven't tested them?
No, I just made them today. I just got the shipment that I needed.
How do you know they work?
It's a theory. Look, all of my creations have a 75% success rate.
What about
75%?
mortality rate?
It depends on the item. I mean, an explosive such as this, misused, well, I'm looking at maybe an 80% mortality rate. Used correctly, though, you know, that 80%'s on the opposite side.
Those are good odds.
So as he picks one up, as he's just like tossing it up in the air, he's like, you don't really have to worry about anything until you like this fuse and then throw it. Aside from that, completely safe, not volatile at all. I mean, it's literally just black powder in a ceramic pot.
Do I remember any specific strengths or weaknesses for the Sapphic?
You don't, because you were more busy running from it.
Well, that makes sense.
Farron's going to whisper into James's ear, not Jimmy, and pretty much going to be like, whatever you're going to use with the blood, I want in on it.
Well, I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet.
I'll be your first tester.
Okay. Well, I'll let you know. So, what brings you to the shop? Aside from obviously saying yes to my proposal.
That was secondary to what we actually needed. Hoping to possibly procure something in the way of healing items before we go out and try to get ourselves killed again.
Well, if you take on the job, you will not have to spend a penny. I will supply you with all the medicinal needs that you will require while out there.
I mean, I can't argue with that logic.
I mean, I can't really be sending you out to your deaths unless I provide you with something to bring you back.
True. Sure, why not? Did
Excellent.
anyone happen to hear how long until our things should be ready? I mean, they weren't completely torn to shreds.
No. So, like in like previous experiences, you know that Thurgood will, unless your items were completely destroyed, he'll have them up and ready for you by like the start of the next day.
So, okay. Yeah, we should be able to head out first thing tomorrow.
Yeah, that works. It gives me time to sleep.
Are you going to sleep though? Are you really?
Well, yeah, probably. I mean, I'm at my limit. I mean, normally I start to doze off around 48 hours of no sleep if I'm trying to work on something. And I'm gonna be working on explosives. Well,
You don't want to
really
miss
want to yeah, I don't want to mishandle it because, well, then I am screwed, and the shop is screwed, and probably a good block and a half of this place is screwed. Not to mention then the Pixie gets out, and well, then she causes even more hell.
I'm sorry, the what?
I'm sorry, what?
What? What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Ah, you have one of them.
One of what?
They're very mischievous.
You said a pixie.
Did I? I don't think I have a pixie. I have pixie wings.
You might need some sleep. I think you're delirious.
Yeah. You know, I am kind of feeling a bit loopy. How about you come back tomorrow and I'll have your stuff ready to go.
Can I do an inside check to see if he was actually telling the truth?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, that'd be 18 plus 1, 19.
All right. He's definitely hiding something. Like it's not even just the tone of his voice. It's just the way that he's trying to guard himself isn't really working too well for him since he's so tired. He's got a bit of exhaustion on him.
Okay.
What time of day is it right now?
It's about midday.
Midday.
Yeah.
Well, if we're going to be coming back here tomorrow, I suppose we could get the finer details of the job on our way out. We should, perhaps.
I mean, sounds like we just have to hunt down the worm. Was it?
Yeah, the Sapphic, I think it's called.
Sapphic.
Would you like the creature itself or just the blood?
I only need the blood. If you want to carve it for other stuff, that's your deal. As long as you get me the bladders full of blood, we're good.
You said you know the location of one of these beasts, did you not? Do you have a map, or perhaps can mark it on a map for us?
I'll get that all for you tomorrow when I'm thinking straight.
Wonderful.
And not hiding random pixies.
What?
As long as he's not the one from the Shadowfell, then we're good. Those are the bad ones.
Who knows? Maybe I do want that pixie then.
And he kind of just sits there, and he's like sitting on his counter, just kind of staring at all of you.
I think you all are confusing the poor man. We will come back tomorrow, Jimmy, and get to the details from you then. Oh, okay.
And he's just sitting there, just like with a glazed over look on his eyes, and then like he starts snoring with his eyes open.
Good.
I'm gonna look for that pixie.
You're gonna look through the.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for the pixie. He's hiding a pixie.
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation roll.
Sure. Oh, what's my investigation? It's a 2. Come on, good roll. 17, 19.
19.
Yeah.
Try as you might, you go through everything, and the only thing that you find is a small, like, little birdhouse tucked up in the corner with the name Stix, S-T-I-X, above it, but there's nothing inside.
Weird. All right then. That's all I got. I will find that pixie. And she just like kind of like, you know, she gives a stern look at the what is he? A gnome?
He's a gnome.
Kind of like
Everyone in the
front of
everyone in the Bimington family is a gnome.
she just like stares at him and just walks away.
All right, so for the remainder of the day, are you doing anything, or are you just getting some food and rest?
Food,
Shopping.
rest.
I'm looking for the stuff that I sent you to upgrade my gear. Now that we actually made some money off of these job.
All right, so for most of those things, you're going to have to put in an order for them, because there isn't really a magic shop in town. So anything like that, you would have to put in an order at the not the port, but at the what are they called? Courier.
Okay, so there's not like a there's not like a gnome depot I can go to.
No, there's not really a gnome depot or anything like that. Anything that isn't something that you can make out of the materials of the land or the materials from the monsters are normally something that has to be imported. And most of the residents of Ensmeet will use the couriers, who will then go to final rest and then put out orders or put out requisitions for such items, and when they're delivered, they deliver them to the person who ordered them, and there's a delivery fee at that time.
All right. So since the obsidian axe I want is technically mastercraft, so it doesn't necessarily have to be magical, because +1 is technically mastercraft. Could I find someone in town who could do that for me?
Probably Thurgood.
Then on the way back to where we're going to meet up for drinking and whatnot, I would stop off at Thurgood and I would ask him for a very nice. I look and see if he has like any obsidian in the shop, and I'll point it out, and I'll ask if I can get an axe made out of it, since I don't fight with metal stuff.
Obsidian. Think I got something like that around here. What have you been using so far, aside from the weapons that you have?
Wild shape.
Oh, just wild shape. It's like, give me some time. Let me see if I can't find something for you.
And if it's not wild shape, I'd like grab a random stick and use shillelagh.
Yeah.
So we do have like the basic +1 stuff that we would have been after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like anything special, like rings of spell storing or something like that, that you would have to put in a special order for.
Okay. I mean, I'd love a ring of spell storing.
Orloc's best friend,
Yup.
next to a rod of the pack keeper.
Rod of the Pack Keeper, yeah.
If you actually have both, which I have in another game, oh my god. Yeah. All the chaos.
Would Thurgood have something like that? Or would I have to go hunting elsewhere?
A ring of spell storing?
Yeah.
No, Thurgood wouldn't have that.
Okay.
All
so
of
I
this
would
stuff
have-
that Thurgood makes is just for materials that are presented to him.
Okay. Well then.
Since it's more in keeping with the Monster Hunter thing, if like a bone axe or something to that effect would make more sense. I want to make it great. It would just be a great weapon.
Yeah. Like I get it. Like if you want to give yourself a like a bone great axe, that's fine.
Is there like a courier's office type of place that
Yeah,
we go to put in the
yeah,
requisitions for
there-
the fancy stuff?
There is a courier's office that is in town. It's near the opposite gate that leads off into more of the civilized lands of the southwestern kingdoms.
Okay.
Well, I suppose if there's any fancier things that we'd like to spend our earnings on, we should go put in an order.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, some of that stuff, from what I remember, takes a while to get here sometimes. So it could be a while, even after we place an order.
Yes, so the sooner we do it, I think, the better.
Agreed.
Making our way to the courier's office, I suppose.
All right. So go ahead and send me like the stuff that you're gonna
Okay.
that you're putting out requisitions out into the land for.
Okay.
And then I guess we head to the is it a pub / inn or is it separate?
You technically have your own quarters in the town itself.
Oh, okay, so we've been here long enough where we have like a private residence.
Yeah, you've established yourselves enough as people who will work with the community that you have been given permission to erect your own like small home. All right. So unless anybody else has anything they want to do, we can go into the next day where Thurgood is waiting for you with your material, well, not your materials, but your arms and armor all repaired and ready to face another trek into the inhospitable lands that neighbor ends meet.
Sounds good.
And after you pick up your items and make your way down to the exit gate, James is already there waiting for you with a map in his hand that he hands to Therian. From the looks of it, it's not too far away from the main gate. You're looking at maybe a 1 or 2 day trek to the area that it was last spotted.
Okay. And where it was spotted, is it a cave? Is it a flatland?
It's in the grasslands. It's sort of in an area of the grasslands that has more of a rocky outcrop, which is known to house some of the lesser earth elementals. And on top of that, he has 4 healing potions for each of you.
What variety thereof?
I am about to tell you. I want to make sure I don't give you anything too good. Greater healing. So the 44 plus 4.
Okay. Greater. Said 4 of those. Uses resource. Lovely. There we go. Oh. Well, we may as well head out if it's going to be 2 days to get there. And you said you just needed their blood, correct?
Yes.
You don't have to bring up back any other parts of them?
Not to me. If you want to carve them and take trophies of your own, that's up to you. I just need those 5 bladders filled.
Okay.
Thinking each bladder runs about 1,000 gold each. Total of 5,000 gold for each of you. In that bag, each of you have one of the grenades as well.
Oh, Lord.
If you want to use it, all you got to do is light the fuse and throw it.
Now, is this one going to fill all the bladders there?
You have 5.
Yeah.
Oh no, no, yeah, yes, he's more than big enough to get me 5 bladders.
Good. So I guess we head out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So before you all take your first steps into your brand new adventure into the Wildlands, let's go ahead and
Take a break.
It's gonna sound like I'm just gonna keep dropping the title a lot because unfortunately going into the Wildlands is what you do. But
Good time so far.
yeah,
I've been keeping count.
I'm trying to stop myself from saying it, but it's going to be
At
said
least,
a lot.
at least
That's
there's no
perfectly
drinking
fine.
game involved.
It's just like
Oh God!
roll
Can you
credits.
imagine?
But we're gonna take a short break here, all, and when we come back, we will finally get to the adventuring part. But stick with us. We'll be back in about 5 minutes.
What?
And we are back. Oh, I thought we were. I think Raven.
Are we?
I don't know.
Are we though?
Are we though? Oh. So you've got your gear. You've got your healing potions. You got your bomb, a bomb. And you're all ready to take your first steps out into or I should say back into the Wildlands as you just came back from it.
Let's get ready to die.
Yeah, before we go die,
Okay.
the adventuring equipment, just things from the adventuring equipment table in the PHB that I added to my sheet already. If we don't already have that stuff, I will acquire that stuff and then we can set out.
Yeah, if it's just the basic adventure equipment stuff, you're fine.
Yeah, it's like hooded lantern. I think I've got some chain in there, some oil for the lantern, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, do we have an equivalent of a quote-unquote dragon from Monster Hunter?
What, you mean out in the wilds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
We're all gonna die.
There may or may not be a Rathian out there.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't want to get poisoned like that.
Just saying.
I mean, I agree. I 100% with this. So yes.
I mean, I haven't played any of the Monster Hunter games, so it's all going to be a surprise to me.
Oh, it's gonna be great. Yeah, I love it.
It's a happy place.
No, it's not.
Pain.
How dare you say that? So this campaign or this little mini adventure right here is given me the opportunity to throw a couple new Toma Beast 2 monsters at you,
Good.
which I am happy about, I should say. You may not be, but you know.
I
that's
don't know if
understandable.
happy is the right word, but I am excited.
Yeah, excited. I can go with excited.
So, stepping on the outside, I believe Therian is the one who has the map in hand.
Yes.
Also
So,
probably the one most capable of leading us to where we're going.
yeah, so much like what we've been doing in the Knoll campaign, whomever is going to be leading can give me somewhat of a skill roll, and then we will go off of a percentile to see how bad or how good the couple hours of adventure pass.
Now, are we doing a survivor roll for this?
It pretty much you tell me what skill you want to use and how it's going to apply, and then you roll it and sit. So
I like it.
what I need to know is who's going to be leading the group at the start of this.
There are no objections. I'll lead us, or at least for the first leg of the journey.
I mean, what's worse that can happen?
Not really a question you want to be asking.
So when you exit the back gate from Innsmeet, you are greeted with a very expansive area of just rolling grasslands. A couple of the local birds and whatnot can be heard in the air, and a very soft wind whistles and rolls over the plains itself. The area around here is normally not too dangerous, as the creatures have come to understand that this is the domain of man. So things don't start getting don't really start getting too dangerous for the first 2 or 3 miles. And then you start to see some of the wildlife begin to show their faces.
Okay. So as we set out, I will take a very quick glance at the map to see the direction that we're supposed to be going. I'll put the map away, and I will rely on my history of the area to guide us forward.
Okay. History, yep, that would definitely work.
Oh, it's my highest ability. With a +5. Rolled for a total of 7.
So
Got
You
us
be-
lost, old man.
you begin to now go ahead and give me that percentile roll here. See how bad this 7
18.
18. Okay. So you begin to lead everybody very confidently through the back gate and down into some of like the thicker areas of the grasslands, reveling everybody of a tale of when you and Reaver stood back to back fighting multiple two-headed dragons in the peaks of the Frostback Mountains for a solid week, shrugging off the pain and the disorientation of frostbite to fight your way to glory, all the while getting completely lost, getting turned around and going probably about a good 4 or 5 miles off course.
It's fine.
And as you enter this area of a grassland, what are your passive perceptions here?
My passive perception is 9.
What?
Hidden Master, thank you for the follow.
I mean, mine's not much better. Mine's 11.
Mine is
Same.
18.
All right, so we have an 18. So this it's good that somebody has an 18. Let's just say that. As you begin to see this strange outline, per se, of this multi-headed creature, sort of camouflaged in this a part of the grasslands. And it's with your perception, you're able to stop Therian and pull him back as one of the heads slams down and tries to bite him. Give me one moment here because I need to grab everyone's character tokens.
All right, we finally get to have map.
Yeah, because you're in combat
That's-
now.
See, that was what I was afraid of.
Oh, come on. You rolled a 7 and then an 18. You thought this was going to be just well, you're lost sort of thing?
No, God, no.
Where is it? Yep, that's it. And as it bites, you see the camouflage begin to peel back, and there's this large, almost turquoise and ice blue colored hydra standing in front of you.
Oh, not good.
This is fine.
I mean, is it?
Not really.
So, friendos.
Yeah, I'm digging this battle music.
I think it's time that everyone here give me initiative.
I'll think about it.
Oh, Sirenscape, you crashed. That's a pity.
Oh, and for those of you at home that missed it, that's what it looks like.
Ah, what a wasted roll. I'm keeping that dice though.
So as we are traveling, I would be mounted up on Reaver, because
Yep.
otherwise my movement speed is slower than the rest of everyone else. So is he just gonna go on my initiative
Yeah, Reaver.
as long as we're mounted?
Reaver is he's treated as basically a pet.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
he attacks on your bonus action if you give him the order to.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, I think we're all in here. The great thing about not having 8 million people to roll initiative.
Right?
So what I'll do is I'll do this. All right, so Baron.
I know. I'm just going over my stuff right now just to make sure that I know what I'm gonna do.
Rojan?
Mm-hmm.
I'm category large, aren't I?
That is correct. You are a large individual.
Woo! What I thought. I was like, wait a moment.
No, I forgot because you are a Midgard centaur.
Midgar Centaur large.
I'm
Yep.
a real size category.
All right. I know what I'm gonna do. So I have 2 attacks and a bonus action, which is great. So I'm gonna use my bonus action first to use something called Fighting Spirit. Starting at 3rd level, your intensity in battle can shield you and help you strike true. As a bonus action on your turn, you can give yourself advantage on weapon attack rolls until the end of your current turn. When you do so, you also gain 5 temporary hit points. The number of temporary hit points increases when you reach certain levels in this class, increasing to 10 at 10th level and 15 at 15th level. You can use this feature 3 times, and you regain all expended uses of it when you finish a long rest. So, I get 10 temporary HP points, and I have advantage on my attacks for this turn.
Okay.
And I get 2. All right. Does a 19 hit?
A 19 will hit.
Awesome. Let's see here. That is a.
So you're gonna have to be up there to get it.
Hold on. Where's it at?
I just moved you up 1 square.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Hold on. Okay, this one. All right. Cool. Jason for 5. Horrible. That's 5. Let's 11 damage.
11. Okay.
Yes. 11. I'm gonna strike again. First, you're the second. Okay. That works too. That's the 19. The 23.
23 will hit.
Yep. 5, 6, 7. 12. 13 damage.
Okay.
Flashing. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Next is the Chameleon Hydra. All right, so it makes a number of attacks based off the amount of heads that it has. So currently have 5. So it's going to make 5 attacks. So the first attack it's going to do is one of its heads is going to open a mouth and shoot out a very long bulbed tongue, almost like it's trying to Yoshi someone. It's gonna fire. It's gonna shoot that at Therian. Does a 21 hit you, Therian?
Sure
Theron.
does.
Okay. It does no damage, but you are grappled.
Ooh.
So this tongue just kind of like slams into your chest and it kind of just sticks to it. Another one of the heads is going to lash out and try to bite at Farron. Is going to miss. Another one will bite at Farron. Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
I will use a reaction here.
Can you if you're grappled?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Grappled just reduces your
you're
movement speed to 0.
Strange, you're a bit loud, Fox. I think you came in booming there on my end.
Interesting. I can adjust my mic volume if it's still too much.
Yeah, it was peaking. I'm just saying because it was peaking at red.
Let's see. How's that?
It's good. It's that
Good?
yellow, but
Okay.
it's still good.
I can turn it down a touch more. There we go. What am I doing? Reaction. I'm going to use warding maneuver, which when a creature that I can see within 5 feet of me is hit by an attack, I can roll a 1d8 as a reaction, and that creature gets to add whatever I roll to their AC.
Okay.
Wait, hopefully it's a 2.
It's a 5, so your AC increases by 5, and that lasts just for that attack.
All right, perfect. So that'll be a miss.
Yep. Okay. So it's got 2 more attacks, and one of them is gonna bite out at Yogi Bear here.
Hey, boo boo.
I don't think a 15 hits. What about a 19 for Bear?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Actually, a 15 meets because I don't have my additional stuff right now for advancing my armor.
You have the gauntlets.
Oh, I thought I had some special.
No,
order.
no. Like those. Like I was gonna let you start off with.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
you-
I'm sorry. I was under the impression that we had to special order that stuff. What about the ring of protection? Would that be the special order also?
The ring of protection, you would need a special order. Yeah.
Okay, so then it's AC 17. So the first one hits, the second one.
The
hits.
second one will hit. Okay. All right. You are going to take 8 points of piercing damage.
All right. He can reach me from there?
Yep.
Holy hell. Okay.
10-foot reach.
Oh, I need my token linked to my sheet.
Oh, I haven't linked it to anybody's sheet, have I?
Maybe not.
That's fine. We can just keep going. I'll just do it off the character sheet.
All right, Krista or Christiana.
Okay.
Oh, one more thing. Give me a second.
As I'm frantically trying to understand Warlock
All right.
here.
So after it does its attacks, its body kind of sheens for a moment and then it vanishes from sight. As it takes the hide action.
Yeah, but we see the grappled dwarf, right?
Yeah, the great thing about this is it can hide even if people can see it.
No, but I mean, we see the dwarf in the air
Oh no, the dwarf is still sitting on the back of his mount.
I just have a tongue stuck to my chest.
Oh, okay. I thought you were pulled with the grapple.
Nope.
Okay.
Not yet.
So cannot see it at the moment. I am going to hold my charge until I can see it again.
Okay. Theron.
I think, feeling that there's something stuck to my chest, I'm going to attempt to attack whatever's stuck to my chest.
Alrighty. So you make the attack at disadvantage.
Yep. I don't think that's gonna hit. That's a 14.
14 will not hit.
14. Second swing is 12.
12 won't hit either.
I'm going to just sit there looking very confused then, I think.
Okay. Are you giving Reaver any orders, or is he just standing there?
He'll just take the dodge action.
Okay.
Still holding.
Okay. Dorngal.
Okay, so I am going to, as a bonus action, wild shape. And am I allowed to use Tome of Beast monsters for my wild shape? Or
That
am I-
you are.
All right, so then I'm going to wild shape into a night scorpion. It's on page 340.
A night scorpion, you said?
Yep.
Let me see if I can find it.
It's basically a giant. It's like a little bit better version of a giant scorpion. I mean, that's the token I would use, but
That's the night scorpion. I just gave you
oh, it's in there. Nice.
oh yeah, I have Tome of Beasts and Tome of Beasts 2 on my account, so
Yes. Alrighty. So nice scorpion and bonus action, and I'm going to run up to it, and because I have blind sight, I can see it.
yep.
So I'm going to attack, and I don't get the penalties. And it has multi-attack, and it does claw sting. So this is sting. So that's 19 and 22 for the claws.
19 and 22 will both hit.
And sting is so 13 for the stinger.
13 will miss.
All right, that's oh, it slams the claw. It's bludgeoning, not piercing. Okay, interesting. All right, and because I hit, the target is grappled. I've
Okay.
latched onto it.
Alrighty.
Oh, that is a garbage roll. 2 1s? Are you shitting me? Ooh, guys. That is 6 points of damage. You guys are done for the night on the first roll. Fuck you. You're done.
Might as well get him out of the way.
Yep. And that's all I can do right now.
Alrighty. Fair. Or wait. Before we end when we go to the next initiative, do you want him to take an action?
Since I did technically see someone hit it, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I should be able to do that. And new spells. Who this? Is it that one I'm hunting for? I think it's Green Flame Blade I'm after. Actually, no. We're going to start by hexing it.
Oh,
Okay.
Virgin, the escape check is a DC 12.
Is that on its turn?
On its turn, yeah.
Okay.
Start with hex. And ability checks made with the chosen ability. Now is that specifics or
That means you designate strength, dexterity, intelligence, all that stuff, like whatever ability saves that, or ability checks or saves.
we're gonna call strength on that one.
Alrighty.
And can't do pike charge, so just a regular attack. That'll be a 27 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. Azran, correct. How many spell slots do I technically have to burn?
2.
Right now, 2.
2? Okay.
That is the woefulness of Warlock.
2, and then an endless amount of Eldritch Blast.
Yep. Pretty much.
Okay.
but you get the slots out of after a short rest, and technically you're allowed 3 short rests per in-game day. So
Okay.
So technically you have 6 slots depending on circumstance.
And of course, of the pack keeper, you get more.
And you know what? We are going to burn a 3rd level spell slot for a smite on that.
Nice. Okay.
So it's one of those, and then it's D8s, right?
Yep, 4 of them.
For Eldritch Smite.
Yep.
4 of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Eldritch Smite is beefy.
You get 3 for the spell slot, 1 for the Warlock.
Is there anything I'm missing? Oh yeah, a D6 because of the hex.
Hex.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
I told you,
Hex
Grabber,
blade.
I'm going to be playing. What the shit am I rolling? Okay, so this plus 4, so 9. 16, 20, 29, 31, 2, 36 damage.
Holy fuck.
I
Alright.
didn't get to charge.
36 damage. Give me a second here. I need to roll. All right.
And
So,
Then second attack.
yeah. So as you strike with the first attack, you are able to cleave one of its heads off.
Woo.
But it is not the head that's tied to Theron.
Okay.
As it falls to the ground, the camouflage kind of gives way, and now you see the the bloodied stump just hanging there.
Does a 17 hit?
17 does hit.
Okay. And does the hex go off on every attack?
Every
Every hit.
attack you make.
Yeah. It's not like sneak attack where it's only
Yeah,
one.
it's like it's the warlock version of Hunter's Mark.
Yep.
Okay. So 14 damage on the next hit,
Nice.
and that is it.
Okay. So
Mind me.
yeah, Christian just runs over, throws up a hex, lops one of the heads off, and just like stabs it into the side as the 4 remaining heads kind of cry out in pain.
You go, centaur girl.
Farron.
Farron is going to be doing. She's going to take a swipe at the tongue that's holding on to Farron.
All right, so you're making an attack against that head.
Yes.
Okay. It's made at disadvantage because it is still technically hidden.
Did you enact the unwavering mark?
That's what I was just reading.
That's fine. I can do that.
Okay.
All right. So the first roll, second roll. Ooh, that's not good. All right, that'll be a 6.
6 will miss.
First roll. So try this first one. Here's the question.
Mm-hmm.
If that missed, is that technically a fail, correct?
If it misses, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a failure. It's a failure
Okay.
to strike,
I would like to invoke Indomitable.
which does,
Beginning at 9th level, you can reroll a save. No, never mind. Screw that.
yeah, it's
Just
a save or an ability check.
Yeah. Charge that. We're gonna try again.
Okay.
Okay, please be a good roll. Please be a good roll. Hey, okay, so that one 18 plus 4, 22.
That'll hit.
All right. And what was it? Oh yeah, 2d6 plus 5. Is there a +1 to this? Come on. What the hell did I do? Back to 0. Okay. Awesome. I don't have magic on this thing.
It's a +1 weapon though.
Oh, I do then. Well, I'm an idiot.
Mastercraft is always +1.
Yeah, that's what makes it a +1.
Yeah.
+1 items aren't necessarily magical; they're masterworks.
They're just so good they might as well be.
Yeah. You technically don't start getting into like the magical properties on an item until you start hitting +2s.
Okay, so okay, so 2d6 plus 5 plus 1. Okay, yeah, okay, gotcha. 6, 11, that'll be 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay.
And I keep thinking that I'm playing Tickle, so I'm like, I'm gonna reload. But no, I'm gonna wait, which is great because I'm gonna wait. Yeah, continue.
Okay.
Getting ahead of myself.
All right. Hydra pops out of its stealth in order to be able to make an attack because everybody's gonna see it. And it pulls Baron back towards it with the head that kind of Yoshi'd him, and the other 3 heads kind of just like lash out at him to make bite attacks. All right, so for the first bite, that is going to be a 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. For the second bite, I don't think a 12 is going to hit you.
A 12 will not.
And what about an 18?
An 18 will match, so that will hit.
All right, so you're going to get bit twice. So
Can I use a reaction?
what reaction?
I would like to use the reaction from Sentinel to attack.
I think that's only if they move.
Yeah, it has to move.
It has to move for
It
Sentinel.
has to move for
Yeah.
Sentinel.
Sentinel pretty much stops somebody in place from, like, if somebody tries to run by you, you can use Sentinel to instantly end their movement.
So,
It-
what's
it-
this part? where it says when a creature within melee range of you makes an attack against a target other than you?
Yeah, Sentinel, you can use your reaction to attack a creature that attacks another creature within 5 feet of you.
Okay, yeah, so
That's
you,
the one.
Yep.
yeah, so you
that's
can
the
make
one, yeah.
you can make an attack with that one.
All right, I like to do that one.
All right, so you're gonna take a total out of both of these things hitting you for 27 piercing damage
Ow.
as you're pulled off Reaver, and you're kind of like flung up into the air about 25 feet, and as you're coming down, the heads kind of snap at you.
And I would like
so-
to use my Sentinel reaction as well.
Okay, you may use Sentinel as well. Then you're gonna take another 7 points of fall damage as you hit the ground.
Therian, you don't have Sentinel, do you?
I do not.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know, because if you did, I can't do this. So yeah, I rolled 16, which is a dirty 20. So, yeah. As a 10, 15, 16 damage.
16, okay.
Does a 14 hit?
14 does not hit.
Hit. And I will miss on my Sentinel attack.
Alrighty.
I think the AC is a 17.
What's that?
No, just saying. I think the AC is 17.
All right. And then at the end of its turn, the stump where the head was cut off, 2 more heads spread out.
Oh no.
See, that's what I was afraid of.
It is a Hydra. It may be a chameleon Hydra, but it's still a Hydra.
Oh, why it gotta be like this?
Wait, isn't your weapon a piercing weapon?
Yeah, mine's piercing, not slashing.
How does it take a head off? Piercing?
Because
Or
if it takes 25 points or more damage in a single turn.
Oh, it has the troll. It has
Yeah.
the troll thing. Where
Yep.
trolls lose a limb if they take X amount of damage.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's you don't have to hit him with the blade. It's you just have to hit him.
gotcha. That's new. I don't remember that. I don't remember that being.
It's the thing with
Trait.
normal Hydras too. In the monster manual.
Yeah, because it was to get around people basically not cutting heads off.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean with 5e. I don't remember. I haven't played a Hydra. I don't think.
Yeah,
in a while.
Hydras have that same setting. If they take 25 points or more damage in a single turn, the head falls off. If you're able to lop off all of the heads before anything else can regrow, the Hydra dies.
Stupid
You
Hydra.
just take more damage and then it dies?
Yeah, you could lower it to 0 HP and it dies, but it has that special ability, that special notation that if you're able to cut off all of its heads before the end of its next turn where more sprout up, it dies.
Okay.
It's just a lot of work.
Yep, because it now has 6 heads. So,
Hooray.
Christiana.
Okay. Hey, it's not Viz again though.
Nope.
Okay. 17 to hit.
17 to hit. That will hit.
Necrotic. Don't have another trick to use, so regular 11, 14 damage. No, 15 damage.
15. Okay.
Is that with your hex?
Remember, it's still hexed.
Yep, that was with the hex.
All right.
And a 23.
23 will hit.
Great weapon fighter, thank you. 12, 16 damage.
16.
I knew there was a reason I took that ability.
Mackoff, thank you for the follow. All right, so that's definitely more than 25 points. So you lop off another head.
At some point, it will die.
And it's now back down to 5. Theron.
Well, I'm going to stand up for half my movement. And then, assuming that Farron lets me move through her space, I will move through her space and then mount up at the cost of only 5 feet instead of half movement because of Born to the Saddle. And then we're going to make 2 attacks against this thing.
All right.
A little bit better. That's a 24 to hit.
24 will hit.
Will be 10 slashing.
Okay.
And I don't know if Raven used Unwavering Mark or not, but I'm going to go ahead and use it just because I can.
I haven't.
All right. And what does
Okay.
Unwavering Mark do?
So it marks it until the end of my next turn, and while it is within 5 feet of me, it will have disadvantage on any attack roll that doesn't target me.
Okay.
And in addition, when it deals damage to anyone other than me, that allows me to make a special melee attack against it as a bonus action on my turn.
Next turn.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So it's kind of like a tank challenge or something like that.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
The funny thing is, multiple people have that.
Yeah. And the unfortunate thing is, if somebody else uses it on a creature that you've marked, your mark gets overridden.
Yeah, it's kind of like Hunter's Mark and Curses. Only one can one can be on it.
Yeah, but it means we can cycle them.
This
It
is
does.
true.
So
You can
I'll go
tank
ahead and
cycle.
make Second attack.
It's now a raid.
Yes.
All right.
Tank swap.
Second attack is a 28 to hit.
That'll hit. I'm just waiting for somebody just to use Shirk and throw it on the healer.
And that will be 13 slashing damage.
13.
And if I knew you all were gonna do this crazy shit, I should have just went monk.
All right, so that's only a total of 23 damage. So the head is still remaining.
I mean, it just gives us a lot of diversity, and we can forcefully pull things off of each other.
Yeah.
So,
So if like something is about to do a killing blow to somebody, you throw that on there to where either
Like
they're gonna pay for trying to attack your friend, or they're gonna turn their attention on you. All right, Dorngal.
So
He is still
Rage.
grappled.
I still have it grappled. It hasn't tried to move, so I'm going to, as a free action, let go of it.
Okay.
Bonus action, I'm going to rage. And then
Can you tell me what a scorpion raging looks like?
I would presume, since it's like a night scorpion, like the weird like bluish eyes of it turn like jet black, and like the carapace on it like kind of gets bulgy in certain spots, and it doesn't like line up right because it's like just getting all like bug.
It's going
And,
all Super Saiyan.
Getting all Super Saiyan, and the stinger gets like super twitchy.
Okay.
And I am going to Buffalo Sting again. I'm not attacking recklessly at this moment. Ooh, one of the claws is 20. Nice.
Natural 20?
Yep.
Nice.
So one claw is a natural 20 for 24. 22 is the other claw, so I again have it grappled. And the stinger this time should be a hit because that is a 21.
All 3 will hit.
Alrighty, so
We are doing brutal criticals, so
Alright, so the one claw is the brutal critical, so that is going to be 8 plus 2, so that's 10 plus. Roll that one separate. Oh, that's right, because they rolled like shit and I threw them away. That's a good one. So that is 10 plus 9, so 19 from one claw. The second claw, which is a normal hit, is a. I'm sorry, the 19 is actually 21 because I'm raging.
The 19 is 21. Okay.
The other claw, that's 5 is a 7. And the stinger. 10. Yes! That is max damage. So that is 12 plus 2, 14 points of piercing damage. And it takes. Is there a save?
I think the night scorpion poison is just straight poison, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not seeing this. Yeah, I don't. Oh wait. Okay. So the piercing damage, and it takes 2d6 poison damage. I'm gonna roll 2d6 of poison.
Unless, is there a save to it, or is it just straight up?
It's blinded for 1d3 hours. A successful DC 12 Constitution save reduces the damage by half and prevents the blindness.
All right, so it made the Constitution save. It
Okay,
got
so-
a total of 22.
So it's not blind, and it's going to take half of this thing.
All right.
Oh yes! It takes 6 points. I rolled 250.
6 points. Very nice. So the night scorpion, having enough of this bullshittery, just amps up, nails it with one hook, and as it kind of brings its head down, snags the second one with the crit claw, and then just jams the stinger into the neck, and the thing just falls dead.
Oh, now it's blind.
No, it's dead.
No, it's dead. Well, I mean, dead equals blindness, but I mean, you know. It's
I mean, if you want to get technical, yes.
going to get technical.
You want to
You
sound
know.
like a nerd, I guess.
So I'm just like wildly clapping my, and then I will drop my rage when it goes down,
Okay.
so I don't inadvertently kill a party member.
I mean, come on. What kind of
please
barbarian are you?
Well, that's the druid part that comes in and like calms down the barbarian.
All right, so after it dies, you are standing victorious over its corpse. Theron, couple little puncture marks and some dust on him from where he hit the ground, but not really worse for wear.
So I have not played a druid in a long, long time, and I am not seeing a duration for wild shape.
Wild shape is 1 hour.
Yeah, 1 hour per.
And
One
no,
hour
it's just
per
flat
use.
1 hour.
It can vary depending on the subclass, but typically 1 hour.
Yeah, most druids are an hour.
Alrighty. So I'll drop the rage, but I'll stay in the night scorpion just in case, so it's not a waste of wild shape.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go ahead and hop off of Reaver and see if there's anything that appears valuable on this that we can harvest and take back with us to sell.
You were in the exact same thought process I was.
I mean, this is a Monster Hunter game.
You could definitely skin it for some of it's like for its hide and its teeth and whatnot.
And
You
I
don't
think
you don't
that's
really
exactly-
have you don't have a lot of familiarity with this sort of off-breed of Hydra.
That'd be valuable then, right?
Mhm.
Can I do some kind of check?
Well, since all of you are hunters and all of you would probably try to skin it, let's do a group roll. Like one person rolls for the entire group. It will be a survival roll with advantage since everybody's sort of helping out instead of, just going off of, oh, you got this, but somebody else butchered the rest of it.
Okay.
Can I do that with my pincers?
No, you would have to be you would have to be out of wild shape in order to do
All right.
that.
So then
No, you may not use them like sewing scissors.
I will.
Click,
Click, click, click, click, click, click.
Hey, you gotta ask, right? It's Monster Hunter game. I gotta ask.
Funny enough, there is a
staying in
brand
my-
of spider that can do that.
Oh God.
They're called spider thieves. They're clockwork spiders.
I was
That-
just looking at those earlier today.
That they do have pincers that can cut wires and whatnot.
Oh God.
I came across those in the book, and my immediate thought was, how can I work these into the Knoll game?
Yeah, they're excellent thief tools because they're just clockworks.
Yep.
All right, so who's got the highest survival?
I'm going to let somebody other than Old Man Shaky Hands do it.
How is my survival? My survival's decent.
What is it?
5.
Same. So either you or I.
Go for it, Groudon. Go for it.
All right, Groudon,
I mean-
survival with advantage.
I'm
Survival with-
proficient in survival as well, but my wisdom modifier is in negative.
Okay,
so
someone give me a color.
blue.
I heard blues, so blue it is.
By
That's
the
gonna be
way-
advantage one.
By the way, next week my hair will be pink.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
that's right.
Yep.
And you gave me the first color. First color is pink. It says that's a 9.
I mean,
Second one for the advantage.
you can't go wrong with the pink dice.
That says 18 plus 5. That is a 23.
23.
There we
Okay.
go.
So you are able to cleave off enough of the hide and teeth and whatnot for, I'm going to say, a group total of 250 gold per person. 250 per person.
Okay, so what am I getting? Like how many? Like
I would
leathers and
just
teeth am I getting?
say
250 in Hydra part.
yeah, chameleon hydra parts and put like 250 gold.
Do we want to keep a master list of the stuff?
That's up to you. Like one person could just keep down.
Yeah, does someone want to just keep a master list?
I can keep that in my notes if you want.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you've got a note for it, go for it.
Yeah,
That way we're not
that'll
all
help.
writing it down furiously on our own sheets
Yeah.
and we sort of just have a master of it.
And then we can see what we can do with each other. Be like, you can get
Not to mention,
a
like,
better sword or something. I
yeah,
don't know.
because I was gonna say, not to mention with the gold value, you can actually use it back in town in order to upgrade weapons and items and whatnot.
It's 250 per, correct?
250 per.
Okay.
This is sort of like a system I want to test out in this, because this is what I want to use in campaign 3 for
Yeah.
for
Well, that's
upgrades
why I
and
asked
whatnot.
him, like, if we keep a master list, since we're going to be doing, like, hey, we want to turn it into stuff,
Mhm.
then we have a proper base of, like, what do we actually have?
Yeah. And that way, like it's more, instead of just like, oh, I'm only harvesting the poison sacks. It's like you now have a gold value for those poison sacks if you
Yeah.
want to add them to like weapons or anything.
And that way, if anyone wants to use them later, they're there.
Yep. But after the battle, Theron, your senses come back to you a bit, and you do realize that you are a bit off the path.
Kind of look around the area that we're in.
Well, it seems that that creature knocked us off of our path a fair distance. We should probably make our way back to the place we intended on going. Yes. Creatures can be quite distracting, you know.
And if
Kind of raise an eyebrow at him.
if the group isn't going to actively stop me from being the one to lead us, I guess I'll continue to lead us.
She's going to interject and just be like, follow me. And she's going to do it.
Oh, you know the way. That's,
Okay.
That's excellent. Perfect.
So, what skill are you going to be using to lead everyone back on the correct path?
I am going to be using my survival.
Okay, go ahead and give me a survival roll.
Okay. All right. Now, if I fucked up, I can use Indomitable.
Yes, you can.
Mhm.
All right.
Actually, you can't. Indomitable only works for saving throws.
Damn it! Try to
This
remember
is
time.
why you roll a halfling, so you get luck.
I don't do weird basic things. Anyway, I rolled a 17 plus a 5, so 22.
Okay, that's pretty good. Go ahead and give me a percentile roll.
So that one and this one. Okay. 43.
43. Okay, so you're able to get everybody back on the right track. Though it's not as fast as you would want it to be. So by the time you get everybody there, you've pretty much wasted about 2 hours going one way and 2 hours going back to where you were. Just like retracing your steps. So for like the first 4 hours of your trek, you haven't really made any progress.
After the third hour, I revert. I found the thing. It's after the table for some stupid reason. Your wild shape stays for a number of hours equal to half the druid level rounded down.
All right.
So that'll be 4.
No, 3, because I'm 6 level druid.
Okay.
All right. So once Farron guides you back to the correct pathway, does anybody else want to interject, or are you just going to let her continue leading the group?
Since she seems to know where we're going, or is at least making a really good attempt at faking it, I'm going to let her keep going.
Okay. Fake it till you make it. All right. What skill are you going to use this time? You can continue to use survival if you like. The DC just gets a little bit harder.
Well, I can't intimidate my way through.
No, you cannot. You cannot intimidate nature.
What if someone else uses their survival?
Then they would be the ones leading everyone.
But does the DC still increase?
The DC would have a.
Can I do a history roll?
The DC would have a slight increase to it because somebody has already used that skill, but it wouldn't be as high as somebody just continuing to use their survival.
And then, since I am no longer an arachnid, I would suggest that I take over. My friend, you've been looking after this trail for a long time. Yes, I take over now.
She just looks at you and just goes behind the group.
All right, so
You still got
Gargle,
us back on the right path.
you can go ahead and give us give me a survival roll.
Do I have the advantage also or not?
No. Why would you have advantage?
Oh, because I thought someone was going to aid me.
Oh no, no, there's no aiding in this. This is just you leading people down the path and everything.
Let's see. 23.
Very good. All right, go ahead and give me a percentile roll.
Yeah, that's a 20.
Okay. So you rolled a decent survival, but a horrible encounter roll. Because you rolled a 20. So you begin to guide everybody down the path a bit more.
The correct path.
The correct path, yes. But you stop them about an hour and a half in as you see about a good 35-40 feet ahead of you these two strange creatures just like leaping up out of the ground and back in and kind of just like bobbing and weaving and leaping in and out of the earth. They don't really look like bullets. They're more serpent-like. So at one point, as they jump, when one jumps out, you catch a glimmer of their scales and a look of like their face and on their snout. They almost look draconic. But for the moment, they haven't seemed to notice you.
Can we possibly avoid them?
You think that there's a chance that you can possibly avoid them. They haven't really noticed you, so surprise is still on your side.
So is that a stealth from the group to get past, or?
We could do a group stealth if you want, or you can engage them. It's up to you.
Well, I'll ask the group. You know, I'll point them out and like my friends, what? There are these strange creatures up ahead. They block our path. We want to try and avoid them. They haven't noticed us. What's the saying? Get the drop on them.
Unfortunately, sneaking is not a good part of the things I can do. Kind of paw at the ground with one of my hooves.
This is true.
Now, are these creatures the targets that we need, or
No, because you need a
No.
Sapphic worm. These are not Sapphic worms.
Okay.
Here, I'll bring up the map so you guys can see. I'll bring up the map and everything so you guys can see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That way, chat can see them as well.
There needs to be a CR3 bear. Damn it. Is there one in Tome 2?
A CR3 bear?
Yes.
Don't think so.
Damn.
You said those need to be 45 feet away.
35, 40 feet.
Oh my god, that's just.
Oh, God.
That is like the platypus of serpents. It's like-
It's a new creature in Tome 2.
Oh my god.
They are.
Okay.
I mean, they're
they're
great.
They're large creatures, by the way.
Oh dear God!
So they
Seriously?
are very long. They've got front claw, 2 front claws, 2 back paws, or back claws, and they are just very long.
They're the wiener dogs of dragons.
wiener
Yeah, pretty much. They're like the wiener dogs of like a draconic family.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh.
Farron's just going
I
to
mean,
say
if we're gonna fight them, I mean, Thornville's gonna suggest the 2 cavaliers charge 1 each.
I mean, that seems very reasonable.
I mean, there's enough distance for a charge. I mean, I'll just move my big bear ass out the way.
I mean, why not? Why not? How long have we been traveling, by the way?
At this point in time, you've been traveling about 5.5 hours.
And would it be qualified as relaxing?
Not really, because you've been trekking. You've been traveling.
I could hope.
All right, so are you guys going to?
Well, Christiana kind of looks over and raises her spear. I mean, why not?
I'll kind of lean in and give Reaver a pat on the side.
I think we're quite ready to do this, don't you, my good friend?
Oh, I will lead with a full-on charge.
No, I was getting bored of walking.
Good.
Why the hell not? Let's get us some boots. So both of you can give me charge surprise attacks on these 2,
Okay.
which means it is made with advantage.
Would I be able to bonus action my Hexblade Curse in the middle of my charge?
Not necessarily, because this is more of a reaction than a full-on attack action.
Nope, that's fine.
Good thing that was at advantage. 24.
24.
17.
Both will hit.
Okay. One of those.
And slashing from me.
I will remember all of this at some point. Okay, so
I have it written down for Rose. Just so I can just know how many dice to grab.
okay, so it's a pike charge. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 damage.
Very nice. Okay. So now that we got that out of the way,
Now I suppose you want initiatives.
oh, I do.
Ew.
Having to keep track of it's like, okay, is it hexed? Am I smiting? Did I charge it? It's like,
Well, everyone's doing their
If-
initiative.
well,
I'll be
if-
right
if
back
we-
real
if-
quick.
Okay.
If we were actually using the roll 20 for the die rolling, I actually bake all that in with macros. And whenever I make an
Oh,
attack,
God.
it asks me all that shit. And then I just say yes or no, and it does all the math for me.
Did you charge? Is it hexed? Are you smiting?
Yep, is it hex? Am I using booming blade? Am I using like anything that does damage? Am I sneak attacking if I'm a rogue? All the extra damage.
Dongle,
Is there a
I,
law-
Azrael, I just need your initiative.
Oh, I'm sorry. 21.
To put it in.
Oh, that's right. I gotta do that.
Ethos, it's called Sirenscape. It's a music, it's a web-based music program. Well, music and sound effect program for things like D&D and the like.
It is super cool. We're using it electronically over the web, but you can actually do this
Over your
at
phone.
an actual IRL table
Mhm.
with a tablet or phone. So it's like super cool.
Not recommending the in-person due to
Well, I mean, if you could safely social distance.
All
true
right.
that.
Barbarian, you're up.
Alright.
Oh, we won't get copyrighted for this. Nope, this is all fair use.
Yeah.
Well, I hope not.
Oh no, it is part. The purchase is you get the license.
Yep.
Or whatever they.
Both HB Fox and I purchased licenses for it, so.
Nice.
So we can do this without getting yelled at.
Yeah. Be like the guitar player of Dragon Force and get DMCA'd for your own music.
Oh my god.
I wish I was kidding.
Oh, that's great.
No, it happened.
He got
I-
he got DMCA banned off Twitch for playing his own music.
It's like
Poor Herman.
I am.
Right.
I own the record. Go away.
This is my
Sorry.
music.
Do anything that has that much movement. Fuck.
Oh, you're not a high enough. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking wizard or a caster to cast polymorph to become the giant yak again.
Yeah, no. I that's like I can never be that because it's too high of a level. I'd have to be a pure druid and I think an arch druid to be able to be that creature. Do that. Do you have? You know what? I'm just gonna run up on it. I am going to. I am going to cast. Let me have the right? Yep. So I'm gonna do this. So I have 30 feet of movement. I am going to cast the spell Long Strider.
Very good. Awesome spell.
And I have it prepared. So I get at this moment I get an extra 10 feet of movement, so my movement speed is 40. And I'm going to dash. So that gives me a movement of 80.
Wait, is your walk speed 20 feet?
No, my speed is 30 normally.
With Long Strider, it becomes
I
40.
cast
With a dash,
the
it becomes
spell
80.
Long
Okay.
Strider, so it gives me an extra 10 feet of movement.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
now
gotcha.
dashing.
It's not like Kyo when she uses her combination. She's like 490. Not Kyo, but Callie with her
I heard
490
40.
feet.
That would be 600 and something feet. Actually.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can't
sorry.
do that crazy. Yeah.
At level 3, mind you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to run and take point with the centaur.
Alrighty.
That's all I can do.
All right,
I'm out of actions.
Christiana.
Okay. Now we're going to use Hexblade's Curse. Because I'm currently out of spells.
Should have taken a short rest there.
Actually, you still have hex to use because you're at 3rd level, correct?
Yes.
So your 3rd level hex should look at the spell should be 8 hours at 3rd level.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Concentration up. Wait, Hex? Just Hex?
Yeah, the hex.
If you maintain that concentration still, then the spell is technically still active.
Up
And you
to an
could
hour?
use a bonus
It's
action.
an hour initially, but if you pass
Oh.
it at higher levels,
Yep.
if you maintain concentration, the
Oh,
duration
well,
increases.
I would have
Yeah.
had no inclination to drop concentration.
So you can now use your bonus action to move
Oh.
the hex to your target.
Well, that's kind of awesome. I did not know that.
They got to give warlocks the busted stuff because of the small spell pool.
Yeah, it's like you have 2 spells. However,
May I offer you a nice Eldritch Blast in these trying times?
maybe. Okay, so I will move my Hex to it instead of
Okay.
the
Hexblade's Curse.
Hexblade's Curse.
Okay.
I will. Debating. Now, Unwavering Mark, that can go off of Hex or only to Hexblade's Curse?
It's a separate thing.
It's another
It-
thing.
It's
Okay.
not a curse, it's a mark.
Okay.
But a target can only have 1 mark or 1 hex at a time.
Okay, so you have to pick one or the other.
Yeah, well, you can mark and hex it.
Yeah, one
Okay,
mark,
okay.
one hex, but like any others can't stack on top of it.
Okay.
So, if you were to
will-
drop your mark on it and say somebody else tries to drop their mark on it,
Okay.
their mark would overwrite yours.
So this boy is hexed and marked then.
Okay.
You do have to hit him before you can mark him.
That shouldn't be too bad.
Which I guess technically we both could have done off of our surprise since it's a free action, but
Yep.
I think we both forgot. So
Yep.
new character who dis.
20.
20 will hit.
Okay, so necrotic, pike, and that should be it.
Yeah, necrotic from the hex and then pike from the pike.
Yep. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage on
13.
the first attack.
All right. What are
Now-
you? What stat are you hexing for them?
Oh. We're gonna hex Dex. They seem
Dex?
like something that doesn't need their Dex anymore.
All right.
12.
12 will not hit.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, that should be it.
Okay. So both of them take a very deep breath and then fire out a wave of superheated breath in
Oh, that's not good.
a 30-foot cone in front of them.
That's
So
rude.
I am going to need Reaver, Theron, Christiana, and Dorngal to give me Constitution saving throws.
Uh, 13.
13.
Arian and Reaver both got the same number, which was an 18.
Okay, so Therian and Reaver will make it. They will only take half damage from this.
12.
12. Okay, so Christiana and Dorngal, you're going to take full damage as well as a point of exhaustion.
Ew.
Oh, wow.
Rude.
So it's going to be a total of 23 fire damage. So half of that would be 11. And then Christiana, like I said, Christiana and Dorngal both have a point of exhaustion on them.
See, that's just rude. Rude.
Um. Yep, and that's all they're going to do. They are going to stand their ground. Farron.
Farron is going to take the dash action,
Okay.
go to this creature, and end her turn.
Righty. Therian? Or Theron? Is it Theron or Therian?
Arian,
Therian. All right.
let's see if we can bop this thing a couple times with our axe.
Please do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that'll bop it. That's a 29 to hit.
I'm sorry that misses.
Oh, damn, that's too bad. I'm gonna roll damage just to see what it would have done.
And I'll mark down the hit points of what it would have done.
I get to re-roll that because of great weapon fighting.
Always a good ability to take.
It's a good thing.
Love-
Yeah.
love
That
this.
is 12 slashing damage,
Very nice.
and I will put my unwavering mark on it.
All right.
Swing number 2 is a 17 to hit.
A 17 will hit.
You'll hit, nice, okay. That is going to be 11 slashing damage.
Very nice.
And I will use my bonus action to kindly ask Reaver to bite it.
All right.
Make that attack. That is a 16 to hit.
A 16 will hit. Oops.
Nice. We didn't need initiative anyway.
We didn't need initiative anyway. Give me a second
No.
because this damage is different.
Okay.
Actually, no. The bite is the same. My bad.
It is the same?
Yeah.
Okay. That is, his bite did more damage than I did with my axe swings. That's 15 piercing damage. And they need to make a DC 13 strength save or be knocked prone.
Or knocked prone.
Yep.
Strength save, you said.
Yep.
DC 15,
13.
13. They are not going to make it, so they will be knocked prone.
Nice. All right. And that'll be it for Archer.
All right, Dorngal.
Yeah, Dorngal's kind of angry. So Dorngal is going to rage. These things judge me. I'm not gonna wild shape because I only have one left. And I am going to whackety thwackety with my giant axe.
Clickety clackety, I rolled to attackety.
Pretty much. And I do not have a second attack yet because I'm on 4th level barbarian.
Are you doing this reckless?
Yes, I'm going to attack. So I have advantage.
I mean, that should just be the default attack setting for barbarian. Just always reckless when raging.
Are you raging? Yes.
So that's 21?
21 damage?
No,
Or-
21 to hit.
21 will hit.
Alrighty, and damage. Plus 2. 14 points of damage from the axe. And because I am an Ironhide bear and I actually attack with a melee weapon, I let go. I grab my my great weapon with one hand and I whip out my big ass bear claw and I do a bear hug attack,
Okay.
which is one of my racial abilities. If
Yep.
I make a melee attack, I can make an unarmed strike against my opponent if I hit.
Nice.
It's grappled.
It's grappled, and it does damage equal to my strength modifier.
So, 5 damage?
So that's 19.
19 hits.
All right, so it's hit. Takes an additional point of 5 damage from the claw, from me swatting it, and I officially have a grapple.
Okay.
So I'm basically I got like one hand wrapped around its stupid neck, and I got my axe with one hand. I'm just like riding it like a crazy bear.
It does not like that, by the way.
I think the bear cares what it likes.
All right, Christiana.
Care not.
Since it is grappled, you do have advantage on attacks.
Oh, lovely. It's a really good thing. Not great though. Does a 12 hit?
12 will not hit.
There we go. 27 to hit.
27 will hit.
Sadly, I don't have anything else I can do. So we'll go with it. 18 damage.
18, very nice.
Is it officially ready to go over a fire yet?
Nope, still alive.
Damn. Yeah. I don't want to back off yet. Okay, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Get a sec here. Alrighty. So the one that is currently being bear hugged, it's going to try to use its action to break free. So that is a strength contest.
Yep. And it's a check, not a
Mhm.
saving throw,
It is-
so
it
it
is a
has
check.
disadvantage. Because it's hex.
Nope, I hex dex on this one.
He hexed dex, but
hex dex. Ah.
it doesn't matter because he rolled a 6.
They seem
So struggle as he might, he cannot get out of this bear hug.
they seem like a dex thing. I thought it was proper.
They are a dex thing. The other one though takes another deep breath and lets out another torrent of superheated breath. So I'm going to need Farron, Arian, and Reaver to give me Constitution saving throws.
Okay.
I got a 21 and Reaver got a 16.
Very good. Is that with the disadvantage because of the exhaustion? Or is that 2 points of exhaustion that you get?
I didn't think either of us had exhaustion because we made our saves on
Oh,
the
you made
last
your
one.
saves the last time. You're right. Never
Yep.
mind. Never mind. I'm thinking about down below.
Yep.
Uh,
I only rolled a 1 die because recklessly has me attack with advantage, so I just attack normally.
what'd you get, Groudon?
I rolled a 3, but this time, third time's a charm. I'm gonna use Indomitable.
Okay, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah. That's better. What is my con thing? Con save? That's okay. So I rolled an 18 plus a 7. So yeah.
18 plus 7, so 25.
Yes.
Okay, so you both make it, so you're only taking half damage. You don't get the point of exhaustion.
All right.
All right.
I have a question.
All right, so it would be a total of 23 fire damage, so you take 11.
Okay.
what's up?
My question is, when I use Fighting Spirit to have temporary HP, how long does temporary HP last?
Does it, in the description, does it tell you the temporary HP is until the end of your turn or next turn, or does it not say?
It only says the attacks that I have for that turn, which are advantage. It doesn't say nothing about the HP though.
Usually when a duration is not specified for temp HP, it lasts until it's depleted or you take a long rest.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's still there. If it
Yeah,
doesn't
so
give you a time limit, then yeah.
It would act like a false life spell.
Okay.
I think false life is until you or long rest, right?
I think it's short or long rest.
Okay. So
It's
in
something like that.
case,
I know
I will
Zara
do-
has the false life spell, but she never uses it.
Okay. So in reality, I only took 1 HP.
Okay. Baron. Oh, by the way, Fox, Reaver has 101 HP.
Okay, that's good because I was getting worried with the 4 HP he had
No,
remaining.
he's an old man. He's traveled with you for a while, so he's, like I said, he's leveled up. He's not just your basic run-of-the-mill warrior.
Okay, awesome.
The boy's got class levels to a point. Yeah. So, Farron, you're up.
All right. Let's see here. You know what? I am going to go ahead and, for the second time, use Fighting Spirit again. So I'm going to regain 10 more temp HP, and just for this turn, I'll have advantage on my attack.
Okay. He's no longer prone.
Oh, he used his movement to stand up?
Yeah.
Or half of it anyway?
Yeah.
Okay, so ruling question for you then, because I looked it up and there was no official ruling on it. I have a reaction that allows me to do an attack when something takes at least 5 feet of movement within my range. Will you count using half their movement to stand up as movement,
They
or
did
will they
move.
actually have to physically move on the board?
I would say since they're standing up, you would get an attack.
Okay, I will have taken that attack when they stood up then.
You're gonna sentinel?
It's basically the Cavalier's version of Sentinel. Hold the line.
Ah, yeah.
I will
That's a good one.
take that as a 28 to hit.
That hits.
I get to re-roll that. Great weapon fighting. And it's the same number. Lovely. 8 slashing.
Okay.
Excellent. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Does a 16 hit?
A 16 will hit.
All right. That'll be 9. It'll be 15 slashing damage.
Very nice.
And I'm gonna swing again. All right, that's better. That'll be 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Ooh, okay. It'll be 8. I hate counting. 14 slashing.
14. Nice.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
Alrighty. Therian.
We're gonna keep going at it with the axe, I think. It seems to be working so far. It's a 26 to hit.
Yep.
Is gotta re-roll that. Good, it's not the same number this time. That is 10 slashing.
Okay.
That one might not hit. It's a 16.
16 hits.
Nice. That is 12 slashing.
Very nice.
And because it did damage to Farron, I get to...
Does it technically count because it's an AoE?
It doesn't specify that it has to damage it through an attack roll. It just says, in addition, if a creature marked by you deals damage to anyone other than you, you can make a special melee
Well, it
weapon
did
attack against
damage to you as well. So that's what I'm thinking.
That's why I didn't use my reaction.
Yeah, because I'm thinking since you were caught in the breath weapon as well, it would still technically do damage to you. So I don't.
Yeah,
think,
it'll do damage to me.
I don't think it would apply at that point.
Well, for the unwavering mark, it allows me to do a special attack on my turn if it had damaged anyone
Other than you.
I mean, I guess it's just the interpretation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because the way I'm thinking of is if, like, say if it tried to do a bit Farron and did no damage to you, then the unwavering strike would happen. But since this was like an AoE breath weapon, you were still in there.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay. I'll use the bonus action instead then to, again, very kindly ask Reaver to bite it.
Okay.
And that will be a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
That is... Where did that stat block go? 16 piercing.
Okay. So, being the gentleman that he is, he bites out and just grabs it by the throat and just rips it out.
What a nice bear.
Oh no, that was the war.
Yeah, that was my mount.
That was Reaver.
Same ship.
Don't tell
Lord,
him
how
that.
dare you, sir?
Don't tell him that.
It's a bear.
What?
He's
that
an intelligent creature, and he will have words for you.
What? That he's a ward? I'm not saying. I'm not. He's saying he. That's what he is. I'm not saying he's.
No.
No.
Groudon said he's a bear. What's the difference?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna insult two members of the group right here.
Yeah. It's like, what's the difference?
What? The other one's
okay.
a puppy.
So, Darnell, you still have it in the bear hug.
All right. So I am not gonna let go because I don't want it to freaking get away. So it's gonna have to try and escape to get away from me. And then I am going to just grab my axe and I'm just gonna trying to take a swat at it with my axe.
Can you do that with a two-handed weapon?
Can I change grip? Actually, it's because it's a great weapon, so it's two-handed.
Yeah.
So then what I will do is, I think I have a bite attack. Yeah, hold on.
Well, yeah, you're a bear folk. You have a bite attack. You have a claw and bite attack.
Holy crap.
So I will bite it. And what's that?
It's a basic melee attack.
All right. So proficient. So 17.
17 will hit. Yeah, you're proficient. It's your mouth. I would hope you know how to you know how to bite things.
I like and 5 plus 5. So that's 10 more points.
Very nice.
That's piercing damage as I bite down onto it.
Yep.
And I'm maintaining my grapple.
Okay. I don't think you have to roll anything to maintain that since they have to escape on their turn. It's
Yeah,
just-
if they don't escape, the grapple is maintained.
yeah, unless you drop it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Christiana.
We're going to continue beating it over the head with a pike until it stops moving. 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
Is it a 1 or a 2?
For great weapon,
Yeah.
it's one. It's 1 or 2 that you could re-roll on.
Yes, it's 1 or 2.
Okay.
I know this because Brockus has something like that with shotguns.
Yep.
Nice.
11, 12,
Alright.
13, 14. 15 damage from the first one.
Very nice. My Mass Effect character has that ability, but with shotguns.
That's dope.
It's a great ability.
Mhm.
I can math. Holy crap, brain. 25.
To hit,
Yeah.
that'll hit.
And 18 damage.
18 damage. All right. So it dies. Just another
Okay.
2 quick jabs with the pike, and the final one just catches it like right underneath the chin. It sort of like skewers it from chin to the top of the skull, and it just goes limp in Grungle's hands.
He just like just steps over it, and just to make sure, he just brings his axe down on his head and just severs the head from the body.
Okay.
And then he just looks at, Cristiano's like, just in case. Snakes are sneaky. If we are going to make sure they're dead, sometimes unconscious reflex, they can lash out.
Cristiano just pokes it with the butt end of the pike. Seems fair.
Seems legit.
We
Alright,
probably should strip these, if for nothing else, their meat.
Does it look like their hide would be worth any value?
Yeah. Like upon give me a nature check.
Alrighty. Let's see. Nature.
Let the druid nature.
Yeah, well, the nature's intelligence for some goofball reason, so it's not a primary stat for the druid.
Yeah, Kyo's nature is garbage. I think it's maybe
Yeah.
a 1, if not a 0.
Yeah, it's a 4. He's just like,
It's like how intimidation is charisma when the barbarian is the one that's going to be using it and they never get to.
I know. It's so dumb.
So with the 4, you don't really know much about these things. So their hide does look like it would be something that may fetch a price back in town because they are from the Wildlands. There isn't anything out here that people won't pay money for.
Yeah, that's pretty much what Dorngal says. He's like, I don't know if these things are worth anything if we skin them, but I mean, it doesn't hurt.
When you say they're snake-like, are we talking like snake-like or like?
Let me get a picture. Let me get a full picture for you. Because they are large, they are very long.
Yeah, and I'm trying to do this. Like, are we talking like?
You're talking like
Are we talking Shenron?
you're talking like constrictor length.
I'm
like
more
constrictor
concerned
length.
of. I'm more thinking like width-wise. Would there be much in terms of like
So that's what they look like.
actual meat on one of them?
Oh, I need to see this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they've got some meat on them.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
they
Yeah.
would definitely be worth stripping for food for edibles
Mhm.
as well.
So there's one drake that I want to use in the Tuesday game, main one.
Oh, that looks all kinds of not fun.
It's the Drake equivalent of the Void Dragon.
Nice.
I'm like, can we not deal with those damn things anymore?
So are we rolling for some stripping of this thing?
Yep. So somebody can you guys can do another group stripping of
survival?
them. A group survival.
without a point of exhaustion, please.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Which would probably be Groudon's character again.
Yeah.
And Kristana's just going to promptly while everybody's working,
Oh, that's right. 'Cause it's chess,
What?
right?
Yeah,
take
it's
like
chess.
20 feet back and park her butt.
Yeah,
Is this regular roll?
no, you have advantage because
Okay.
it's a group.
All right.
13.
Wait, are you rolling or are you gonna let
Oh no,
Baron
wait.
roll.
I'll let. Okay, she
Yeah.
doesn't have the exhaustion, so yeah, she. Can.
Yeah. 2 of you have exhaustion, 2 of you don't.
19.
19. Okay, so you get about 150 gold worth of materials from this thing, and then enough food from both of them to last you the night and to be able to craft into rations for the next day.
Perfect.
What is the name of the creature, just for my parts list here? And,
It is called a sand drift drake.
Drift. And is that 150 total or 150 per person?
150 per person.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so if anytime when you guys skin or craft anything or skin or gather and I give a point value, if it's a group thing, it's per.
Gotcha.
Now, if it's a solo attempt, it's only gonna be 1 person.
Okay.
But it is like after the fight and you've got a couple people who are exhausted, you do notice that the sun is beginning to set.
Will a normal night's rest remove the point of exhaustion?
Yeah, normal night's rest will always removes the point of exhaustion.
So then I will. Not turn the slots.
Also, food may help. So if anyone here is an accomplished chef or can do a decent survival roll to cook the meat, you may get a little bonus from that.
Not currently.
I can assist.
You definitely can. If anybody wants to attempt to, serve up some sand dragon.
Believe it or not, my good pal Reaver here is quite the accomplished cook. If you would like, I can ask him kindly to whip us up a nice meal.
And Reaver kind of just like looks at you. Since when have you seen me cook?
Well, there was that last time that we were out, across the mountains to the east, and we had that little soiree into the cave there. You whipped up a nice meal out of those creepy arachnids. That was you, wasn't it?
No, that was the kobold that was with us.
Kobold? I don't remember a kobold with us.
Apparently
You
not.
must be mistaken.
Old man, I don't have opposable thumbs. How do you think I'm going to work a skillet?
Well, I don't know how you do it. I just remember it tasted delightful.
That wasn't me.
I think you are mistaken, but if you are not willing to cook for us, I suppose I cannot force you.
I'm now picturing a warg like
With a chef
flipping
hat.
flipping pancakes in a frying pan with his mouth.
Right.
Who's down hit points?
Technically, yes.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Because if we're
I'm down
gonna-
by 1.
Yeah, because if we're going to rest, I'm going to do some healing on people's.
Okay.
I do have to apologize. I do have to go. I have to get some rest for work.
Oh, you got work? You got early work in the morning?
Yep.
All right, that's not a problem. We can end it here a little early for tonight.
We can do that.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're only
All right.
ending it like, half hour early, so that's not a problem.
All right, so then we'll get our hit
Actually,
points and rest.
this is actually a good point because there are things at night that tend to happen in the Wildlands that don't happen other places.
Oh crap!
So
Things go bump into night in the Wildlands? You don't say.
After hearing that, just so we're prepared, I think I might go ahead and use my second win.
Well, I mean, I have what spell slots I have, so I'll just roll hit points at the start of my.
Okay.
All right, guys.
So,
catch you later.
yep. See you, Grun. that is going to do it for us tonight, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to episode 1. The cameras got messed up. Sorry for that. That's not a problem. We will be back on Saturday for more Wayward Wanderers.
Yep.
We don't have any shows. We don't have a weekend show on top of that, do we? We don't have.
No.
No,
No, the
14th.
the next major one's 14th.
Yes, and actually on that note, we do, I believe, unless anything else comes up between now and then, have a date for the finale of Sonata 2, and that will be happening on November 14th.
What? Birthday, tabletop day.
Yeah.
I like it.
And I will be there, so I can't wait for Forge to punch the dragon.
Considering I can't do anything in real life outside for my birthday because everything's locked down tighter than a fucking drum.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the start of that when the halfling draws the sword and you say, "I need a con save."
I'm waiting until she tries to use it. It'll be good. And I was a little sad at first about having a break between the previous episode and the finale, but it worked out kind of well because I've really ramped up the final battle in this
that's
time
good.
that we've had.
That's good.
Yay.
It'll be good.
And then so we have Wayward Wanderers on Saturday, and then coming back the following week we have episode 4 or 5.
4 I think?
Episode 4 of No Way Out. And then on Tuesday we'll have episode 2 of Into the Wildlands. Unfortunately, there will not be any Withered Waste episode on the 7th. I wouldn't really say it's unfortunate because of what's happening. I will be over on my channel doing a 24-hour stream for Extra Life on the 7th. So no D&D then, but it's for a good cause. So hopefully my players forgive me for that one. Speaking of Extra Life, we did hit the goal in order for me to have to dye my hair. So next week sometime you'll see me with pink hair. And we also hit the end of the campaign goal for Destiny Forged, which we will have a end of the campaign hero battle royale. So once all that's done, everyone gets to fight one another and make alliances on who's going to attack who first. I'm coming up with a little bit something else for the community to help decide in that as well.
Oh God.
Pretty much gonna Hunger Games the hell out of it. So the community's going to vote on who gets what, like if anyone gets any special like items or whatnot going into it. So I'm developing that right now, so nothing solid just yet. But we are going to head on out, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you on Saturday for Wayward Wanderers. Till then, have a good one.